How you all doing? Welcome to Retro Phil 82. I'm setting off here for what I've been telling the boys is a 90s road trip. Sort of the style of thing I did with my parents when I was a kid. Taking the old Stena and using a very 90s car, the Vectra B. Thankfully the old Vectra didn't have much trouble getting onto the boat. The Vectra is low, so you just have to take her slow. I couldn't believe it. Whenever I arrived at the ferry terminal, that I had a bit of company on the boat. I was met by some of the JPCNI crew. They were going over to a car event in Scotland. They ended up following me onto the boat. So we set sail, said goodbye to Northern Ireland for a little while. Landed in Scotland. It's a beautiful day, but we weren't going to hang around in Scotland too long. I was a man on a mission. A mission to relive MAXPOWER. So we went to England, and just to stick with the whole 90s theme of the road trip, we went to Blackpool, a place I went to many times myself with my parents when I was young. Feels a wee bit surreal driving the streets of it myself, along with my children. And I thought, why not? I took the boys to the arcade club in Blackpool for a wee bit of retro gaming. The arcade club is located just beside the Blackpool football stadium. Right, me and Harvey arrived at our caravan last night in Blackpool as we were after a bit of a road trip, but we're going to set off now on another road trip to Stafford for the MAXPOWER reunion, or the reunion show as it's called. But
and we're singing in his tent tonight.
I'm going to explain everything MAXPOWER to Harvey, just to educate him on the old school.
But we're staying in a tent tonight. We look like a tent.
It's a pre-pitched tent. Don't know what that'll be like. But it's thankfully warm enough. I was a bit worried at the time when I booked it, but it would be bad weather. But it's looking like it's going to be a good night. I arrived at the venue and I got the Vectra shined up and looking the part. Then I went on a hunt to see what I could find and what had rolled in. Right, I've just arrived at the reunion show of MAXPOWER, and I greeted straight away the MAXPOWER royalty. Check it out. This is just a setup day. Very famous car. When you get bored driving, you can just spin your seats around and play a game. How cool is that? What do you think? Well, it's the first car we've seen, but it's going to be hard to beat. So, just in behind the Astra is another famous car. Well, the owner is maybe more famous than this car. This is a new build, but she was very famous back in the day. I'm not on Instagram, but if you are, you can check out Kelly's Pug. She was one of the the MAXPOWER babes back in the day. But she did modify cars herself, and she had a few like cover cars, the Citroen Saxo and 106 and stuff. So she was very well known back in the day for all sorts of antics. And then this is something which is built again, just sort of the blast from the past, back to the old days sort of thing. This is a wee car I'd really like myself. It's a proper sort of kitted out Corsa B. It was just sort of that sort of Macclesfield area that I grew up on. They were sort of the main car back in the day. I never actually had one myself, but I knew lots of people who did. And, again, just for old time's sake, I'd love to build a wee Corsa along those sorts of lines. Personally, I think this thing is seriously cool, and something I really wished I could see more of. Because people just maintain that cars like these Capris and stuff have to stay stock, but why? Because this is nice. It's the original spoiler, but modified, just to sit different. There's things about the MAXPOWER I love, but that was one thing I didn't like back in the day, was when the bumpers and the side skirts were all smoothed into the body. I think it just made future maintenance very problematic. But that car is incredible looking, but you need to get the bumpers and all separated, which would mean a full respray. Making our way back to the tent after the party. So we've got a transporter nearby. I don't know what sort of a night's sleep this will be. Hey, a good job I brought a few earplugs. I think that's also something here, some. Oh. What's this? That's our hotel for the night. What do you think, son?
It's bigger than it's bigger than it looks, but yeah, it's my first time camping, so
yeah, it's a long time since I've done any camping, but thankfully, praise the Lord, we've got good weather. That's why I brought the earplugs. So this is the pre or the party. I've had, forgive me, I've had maybe 9 pints of Carling now. This is the party tent, the pre-pitch tent. But it's all right. We have 2 sleeping bags in there, and that's a full length of the 2 sleeping bags, so we're alright. We have a roof over us and it's good weather, it's warm. I think it's alright. proper cool cars, old school. I think you don't really get any more either of these flip paint jobs, and they look so good. Look at that. What a colour. I really like those Astrocubs. And the wee Fiat GT. I'm not actually sure if you actually got the GT in the Cabrio. The show hasn't just started yet, but there's a lot more stuff in. It's one of these shows would fill you full of ideas. I like that. I always wanted a 4-door Mark City. Well, Isle of Ryan. Look at that. Unbelievable. The Lego. Let's go on in the bit. We're just stripped out. It's all nicely carpeted. I thought to get this level, you had this CRX. You can see it there, must be like the Pirate Black. We got an Opel Corsa A saloon. Definitely a lot more stuff that's come in this morning. That's cool. But yeah, Venoms. I think it's just a lot bigger scale of a car show than what I normally get to. Unreal. Many times I've seen flames painted in cars and stuff. But this guy's went full on. No, there's 3D. Like 3D effect flames. To be honest, I've never actually got the appeal of putting flames in your car. For that's one thing I wouldn't want to see, is my car on fire. But as it seems to be a popular thing to do, especially with American hot rods. Look at the door. You have to step under it. I just realised there. We've got Millie Migla spiders on one side, and TSW Venoms on the other. Maybe I couldn't decide which set to run, so ran both. But that's cool. I don't know if I'll say car of the show because there's so many good ones, but I'm gonna put this here like definitely one of my top cars of the show. It's just so nice, and it's well kitted, and none of the kit looks out of place. It all flows well with the car. That's would you say the MAXPOWER style build? That looks good. That's it done right. Green girls.
Right, reveal number 2. Dos. Can you tell everyone who you are?
I'm a crazy EP guy. A few people may know me from working with Jamie.
How crazy are you?
Oh, front flip off of this.
You backflip crazy. Backflip crazy.
No, I don't want to break a neck.
Okay, so this car, tell us a little, well, tease us a little.
So me and my friend built this in 4 weeks. Just finished it Friday, which was a bit of a rush. And I've done it as a homage to my dad. We were always going to build a car, but unfortunately he passed away. Didn't get a chance to ever do it, and I just thought I'm going to do it in his favourite colour. And yeah, I've just made parts fit that shouldn't fit because that's what I want.
That's the Max's way, right? Make parts fit that don't fit. So, should we put everyone out there in his room? I'm going to unveil it. Okay, should we do a countdown? You ready, girls? 3, 2, 1. Where's the crowd cheer? Where's the crowd cheer? Hey, excellent. There it is. So tell us a bit more about this car. What have you done to it?
So we've got Lamborghini door hinges on. It's been full wrapped, and it was originally silver. We painted the inside, so there's literally no spots of silver on that car anymore. And yeah, it's full wrap, glittered mirrors, custom painted in Blurple apparently, and same with the alloys. The only thing that had to be done by a company was the exhaust, because that's beyond my skill set. But everything else was just me and my friend.
Oh, well done. Who's your friend? Do you want to give him a name check?
Steve Aviard.
There we go. Excellent. Right, well, get down there and I'm sure you'll be answering questions from people. Well done. Good work. And we got this last review. Okay, he'll come back and go, why is the cover off? You missed it. Can someone film it for him? Hold on, I'll film it for him. Right, so I don't know the guy's name, but I know it's a last minute finished job. So we'll just unveil. His name's Darren, we think. Oh, he's here. Here he comes. Blimey. Quickly come up to the stage so I can ask you a question. Where have you been, the bar? Right, tell us a quick bit about this car.
I started 3 weeks ago. It was completely standard, and I drove down this morning 5 o'clock when I've just finished painting it.
Yeah, you should see the state of his hands.
So literally that car was bog standard 3 weeks ago. I've spent a fortune and a lot of time, all done by myself, everything. It's not perfect, but it's me.
Is that what you do for a living, or is it just a hobby?
No, I'm a rap man.
Give us a tune then. Oh no, that's all rap. Right. Okay, go and stand by it and we'll count you down. Thanks very much. Right. After 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! I did see this earlier on. If you want to see some of the biggest exhaust tips in the whole of the show, then have a walk around the back there. But well done everyone for building these cars in what seems to be all in record quick times. Thank you Reunion Girls for unveiling them in such professional manner. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the show guys, have a look around these cars. Did I mention that there's a new magazine called MAXERS out, which you can buy from the Reunion stand? That would be the best thing you can spend your money on today, I'll tell you. Apart from everything else in the show.
Check that out. Of course, I see with an E60 BMW headlights, and it actually flows well. I'm not against that at all. Like it's some massive fender flares. Check that out. Let's give her a proper fat stance. Well, that's impressive. That's, for me, that's the sort of thing you see in a lot of the Thailand, Malaysia sort of Asian car scene. But that's sort of those sort of mods, the headlight conversions, that sort of disappeared. Well, for over here anyway, I don't. Or when I say over here, I mean back home in Northern Ireland. Nobody's really going to the extremes like that anymore. Yeah, that's the Japanese car scene. But it's a thing I don't. The body kits and the liveries and stuff like that, it seems to be very acceptable on the Japanese cars, but I don't see why not in some of the wee hot hatches. I've got a maker on here with another one of these paint jobs I like. What's going on there in the bonnet? That seriously. Is that like a Golf R32 bumper or something? It's like the style of a Golf R32 bumper. Flares. That's the thing with cars, I guess, is trying to identify all the parts. That's amazing. I love that sort of creativity. Let's see what it says here. Micro K11 build. Must have been a bit of that thing I can't see on YouTube build. Look at that. Absolutely love this wee Fiat. I would love a car painted like that. Some people doesn't like it. I think it's great. It's artistic. But that's seriously cool. Sort of what is it called, a comic book style or something. I'm all on for that. Red Lane competitions here with a Crazy Nova, but MAXPOWER just wasn't about crazy body kits. There was also Euro style, which I suppose then developed into what's now known as dub style. Just about to head out now of the Reunion Show 2025. I think me and Harvey both had a good time.
Very good time.
Very warm, but boiling. But it could have been worse. It could have been raining and cold and miserable. At least out there you were fit to walk around the cars and enjoy looking at them, and they always look better when the sun's shining too. And,
it's nice to drive this week.
Yeah, it was definitely an eye-opener for myself to see a show like this back home. Yeah, we're a small country, small population, so our car shows are a lot smaller. And seeing this style of car, what was sort of as I started driving, in the year 2000, that style of car was what everyone aspired to. So and that sort of stuck with me, and it's something that's been really good blast from the past. Seeing all these cars, and like see, for example, the wee green or Arabic blue Corsa. Yes, that looks 20 years old as in the styling, but it's actually a brand new build, and it's great to see that people are still able to source those body kits and still fit to build those cars to that spec, would you say the 2000 spec. And, enjoyed the day. I mentioned there through the video about Millsy being a bit of a legend in the old MAXPOWER scene, and yes, he is, and he's brought out that new MAXERS magazine, and that's a really, really great thing. But also, I really should mention Mark. He was the founder of this reunion show, and what a legend, and the man, from a few months back when I first emailed him, he replied to everything, and the show he's put on here and the organising what he did for the free party and stuff like that, fantastic. Mark, you're a legend. I know that there was a full field of cars that I didn't even get round. That's how many cars there was in attendance. I think it's a great thing that between Millsy and his MAXERS magazine and Mark for the reunion show, that they've reignited this, and people like myself that loves this sort of thing, the customization, and it shouldn't have died off, and it needs to be brought back, and it needs to be brought back with a vengeance. If you're still here at this stage of the video, thank you. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video through, because that helps the channel. Please give it a thumbs up. Praise the Lord for every single day. Goodbye.